So we try to come to the mountains for a hike, and then realize that the freaking floor is full of ice, so there's no way our freaking shoes are gonna make it through it. We're wearing sneakers. We're gonna try to find something else now. Look how pretty it is. Damn it, why don't I have freaking shoes?
I'm telling you, we could have made our own trail, like
Where?
through the rocks.
Oh, that was a fail. Major fail.
It's nice though, it's a nice drive.
But we did make it to a different mountain. Kinda. This was really sunny, so I don't know if I can actually like go all the way. So there's no ice, but there's mud. Okay, so we were just saying how we're camera shy.
We're really camera shy.
But I had to keep telling myself that I'm not my body, I'm not what I look like.
Ah, that works.
So if I look like shit on camera,
That's okay.
you're making that image in your head. It's not me. What is me is what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So there. I think, at least for me, the only memories that I like keep in my head are the ones that, like, if I pay attention to like what the grass looks like, what the trees look like, how my body feels with the environment,
Yeah.
and what like everything looks like to me. If I actually paid attention at that time or place, then the memory gets recorded. And the thing is, when you're actually doing that, you're living in the moment.
Well, yeah.
So that's why it stays in your mind. But like
In that moment.
there's parts of yesterday that I don't remember because I was probably not living in the now.
Okay, I get
You know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
So like when we think of like, oh, remember that one time this happened, remember that time that time happened, and then whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, we hold on to that memory because it made us feel something.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we record memory. It's like your body sort of makes this trail of what it felt like to have that experience, and then it decodes it in your brain as an image that you had that moment. So why not make more memories that you're gonna remember?
But I think now people, they don't feel like they need to live in the moment. Have you noticed everything is Snapchat, everything is taking pictures,
So that you can go back to it. But I think it's
yeah.
because we lost.
They lost that sense of living in the moment and actually capturing every image in your mind, like in your head, rather than on a device.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times I don't record, I don't like take pictures whenever I go somewhere because I'm just enjoying it there and there. And later on, I just think about it rather than looking at my phone.
Yeah.
Like some I do take pictures. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like I'll take it. But
It's cool to
not always.
capture like
Yeah.
an
So,
image, but
like the physical evidence of that you were
yeah.
there. It's
I
nice.
think for me, like Snapchat and Instagram, all those social media things,
Yeah.
to me it's like my way of sharing what I'm going through, what I'm living to someone else. Like to me that's super cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool to go back to it and then like trigger those memories, but
Yeah.
I think for me it's the whole idea of sharing that like makes it cool and exciting. And I think when we went skydiving, I think I told you guys how I didn't feel like I enjoyed it. But there was a point when we were in the air and he was showing me like what that mountain was, what the other mountain was called. That I remember because at that moment when he was telling me what those were, there was a second where like I paused and I just looked around me.
Really?
That's like the one thing I remember, but again it's because I was actually taking the time to live in the now.
Yeah. I enjoyed every moment of that.
Like I still remember it, but I feel like I didn't enjoy it because I wasn't allowing myself to feel what the experience was.
When I go back to that event, like, I get that feeling. You know how when you were falling, like you just feel free while it's special, like, I could do anything, like literally anything, you know? Like I wasn't limited by anything or anyone.
Yeah.
And I always get that feeling, and it's such a nice feeling. Like it's like a reminder, like I still could do anything.
Yeah.
You know, like the only one that's holding me back is me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like my mind. So I like that experience. I'm gonna do it again.
I did too, but I feel like where I was in my head, I wasn't aware of the idea that I could live in that moment. So I think prior to that, it was like I needed to share my stuff on the internet or post everything that I was doing because I was focused on capturing a memory rather than living the memory. And I felt like that's why I was constantly posting things on the internet, was just to remind me that I lived something. But I wasn't necessarily like enjoying the experience. And I think, I don't know if you noticed, but after that, like I feel like I haven't really posted anything. Maybe Snapchat, because it doesn't stay there very long. And then it's kind of like, then it just stays in my head. But I feel like I stopped because I didn't have the need to capture a moment because it was already in my head. And again, it's like, where is your focus?
You were fully enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you follow on Snapchat, but like they go to these events, like a concert or a rave, and they have like an hour Snapchat, and the concert was like an hour and a half. So it's like, what the hell were you doing?
What part of it did you enjoy?
What did you enjoy? Because I'm pretty sure you're worrying about capturing it. Like having a perfect shot. You're not even worrying about like
what's really happening.
Soaking everything in.
I am guilty of doing that.
Like really, like that's what you pay like $80 for a concert or how much? Like that's fine. That like I'm not judging them. But it just crosses my head, like you're paying so much money to
did you actually enjoy it?
Did you actually enjoy it? Like did you like enjoy the people or the crowd you were in? You know, because you guys all like the same thing. I mean, you're all there for a reason.
Yeah, that's like a time to connect with other people.
Like to me, it doesn't make sense, quite honestly. That's just my personal opinion. I would rather go to a concert and have my phone, like here and there, maybe record one or two. But not the whole thing.
Or like your favorite song or something.
And that's why I always find, I'm like, that's really interesting. Like, what goes through their head? Like, did you enjoy it?
I think the same thing that I was going through, and just like, let me capture this so that I can relive it again.
I guess.
But it's like you can go back into your memory and relive it because you know what it felt like to be there.
Exactly.
I think a lot of us forget that feeling. It's a big part, not most of it, of living in general.
You know,
what a city girl drinking coffee while I'm on a freaking hike. We really did. We walked all of this.
Quite honestly, it hasn't felt that bad.
No,
it's been like 3 miles, I think.
Holy shit.
Because back there it's a 2.5 somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna make a house, buy my own food. Have you seen that picture where it says like, if every household was to plant a vegetable or a fruit, and everyone planted a different one, we could all trade,
provide for everyone,
and we will live for free. If they were to plant fruit trees, the
yeah,
homeless will have food, and it's like the government doesn't have to really worry about like feeding them, you know.
Hey, government, that's a great idea. Plant some fruit trees and let us eat them.
Yeah, like I think it's crazy to have. Have you seen those places where, like, there's different ones, areas where you find crystals and you know, like,
and you have to pay
to go. Yeah, I'm like,
really? Did you freaking make those?
Yeah, like it's nature, like it's free, like what the fuck? Like I'm surprised they haven't charged us to breathe. Will that be?
I mean, that's kind of where they're heading right now.
Yeah.
Actually, the problem is not whether or not they're charging us to do things. It's that we're not in alignment. That's why there's people doing bad things.
I think it's the fact that we're allowing it. We're not questioning everything. It's only a few people that question it, and they're like, "This isn't right." But
I think it goes back to where the focus is. Are we focusing on the problem, or are we focusing on the solution. And honestly, I don't feel like the solution is not taxing or not having to pay for things. I think the solution is allowing or teaching everyone to understand life in general, and then put them back on alignment so that they don't do things that are wrong. So I feel like the reason they started like saying you have to pay for this if you want to live here, you have to like do this if you want to live here, is because people were getting greedy and saying like, well, I want that house because it's bigger, and let me kick you out of it. And then it's not fair for the person who got there first, or like the person who built it.
Yeah.
But it's like that person that did the thing that was wrong is because they're not in alignment. So like if we teach people to be in alignment, then none of this bullshit will be or would exist. I think that's really the answer to fixing the earth.
Well, yeah, and with that it would come to not paying anything. You know what? Like not. I don't know.
But if you think about it, like if the government was in alignment, they would not ask us to pay them to do anything. If anything, they would help us with whatever we needed. It's just, well, all these zeitgeist movements and stuff, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to like show us that we can provide for ourselves, we can provide for each other. 'Cause at the end of the day, like, you're just a reflection of me, so I need to help you because I'm helping myself.
Yeah.
But people don't see it that way.
That's what I was saying. Some people don't want to get help. Some people are so caught up in that system and that path.
I think it's because people don't know.
And then think we're crazy.
Yeah.
And we're wrong. And we're just crazy to them.
But really, we're just free.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see it with this camera, but those buildings right there are like, that's crazy.